is my Time Attack Honda S2000. I'm getting ready for the 2025 season. I have 77 days to dial in the engine, suspension, and aero to turn this from a catastrophe to a masterpiece. In the last episode, we focused on the engine component, which you can see in the video on screen here. In this episode, we will be expanding on that in a large way, and here's how. One of the main areas of improvement with the engine is power. I've been waiting for weeks now for 2 special packages to come in that should assist with that. Those of you that are close to me probably know what these are, but if you don't, you're in for a surprise. So I'm gonna start this off with the 2 biggest boxes because this is something I've wanted for the S2000 since the moment I got the car. This is a Science of Speed S2000 V Mount Kit. I selected the Vmount Kit with the air conditioning components, which when purchased comes with a total of 13 separate packages. Now, you may be just as surprised as me to see this kit because it's something like a myth on the interwebs. I've spent days looking for blogs, reveal videos, and even reviews, but I couldn't find any. This may be due to people buying this V-mount kit as a whole package along with a turbo and all that stuff, or it may be just due to the sheer cost of this thing. Now, I'm not a person who believes in more expensive equals more better, but I do value having a complete package and quality. Could I have built this for cheaper? Yes, but that was not the goal here. The goal was to have a complete package that have everything that I would need for this build going forward. Now, I'm gonna open each one of these and show you exactly what's inside. The first piece. Wow, I don't know why they wrapped it so tightly, but it is in great condition, obviously. I was able to get it out without any damage, any scratches. That was a beast, and I am not looking forward to unwrapping all the other pieces either. Okay, so I decided to unbox everything. It's gonna take me like 45 minutes. It's probably gonna seem like 4 seconds to you, so give me 1 minute. This is the Science of Speed intercooler. Now, if you've seen this, you probably have an idea what's coming up next. But this is the main honcho of this whole show here of this V-mount. The purpose of running a V-mount is to be able to efficiently route air out of the hot engine bay compartment and over the car. The goal of this is to increase efficiency overall when it comes on to cooling performance. This is one hefty, I don't know the exact weight of this, but it is way heavier than I would have expected, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. The build quality is phenomenal. I like the bead rolls that are right here. Overall though, really nice piece. And it looks phenomenal. Next up is the radiator. This is the V-mount radiator that's provided with the kit as well. As far as its size goes, it's actually about the same size as a normal size radiator. Matter of fact, give me 1 second. This is my Koyorad radiator that I used during last Time Attack season that works phenomenally. Basically the same size. The only difference is here, you can see the fins are horizontal versus vertical. And another big difference is the end tanks. End tanks on these are north to south, right? Because it's sitting in the car like this. Whereas on the V-mount, the end tanks are east to west. In port on this side, and I'm guessing the out port, which is on the other side. Looking forward to installing this. Here we have 2 additional pieces. We have the swirl pot that is used to fill the coolant as well as bleed it now. When you're mounting something in a V-mounted configuration, the radiator is no longer the highest point on the engine, so you have to have an alternative place to bleed from. This is the pipe that goes from the intercooler to the intake manifold. As you can see here, there is a V-band already welded to one side along with a threaded port on the other. Why do we have a V-band here? For this. With this kit, I purchased a tile blow-off valve that will go ahead and be lodged right here. Now this is a V-band clamp, so all we need to do is put the V-band on this side, and then we have our blow-off valve right here. All right, here we have two of the mounting bars for the V-mount setup. I'm going to assume that this is the lower bar, as this has two holes in the bottom, and this most likely will go in between the frame rails to be of a midpoint mount. Last part but not least, we have two huge spall fans now. Let's go ahead and open one up to take a look inside. I'm more curious to see if it has the correct plug on it. This is the spall fan that comes with it. This is the part number as well. And these things should move a ton of air, honestly. Last but not least, we have these two boxes along with this AC line. I'm guessing this is also the bracket for the coolant tank. In this box, initial box, we have a bunch of accessories between hoses, clamps, connectors that I was just mentioning we didn't have. So we have connectors for the spall fans, along with a bunch of bolts, zip ties, and some additional hosing routing. Here are the grommets for the AC, some hoses that clamped onto the intercooler, the installation notes. Onto the last part, clamps and grommets and gaskets, two AC adapters, and some pack oil for the AC compressor. That's pretty much everything that comes with this kit. This is my first time seeing it all laid out. There is a lot of pieces, but this should be a breeze to be installed. So I'm gonna go ahead and get these things packed away so we can get on to the next big package. Now, the part you've all been waiting for, the game changer. This is a package from Borg Warner. This is my Borg Warner 6758 EFR Turbo. Now, I purchased this turbo specifically because of the features that it comes with. That being the internal wastegate setup, integrated blow-off valve, the boost control solenoid, along with dual ball bearing center cartridges along this whole turbo. I will get into more detail on all the features of this turbo in another video. For now, we can just enjoy the beauty. From factory, this turbo is rated for up to 500 wheel horsepower with the correct supporting mods. When speccing this turbo, I optioned a couple things that I thought would be critical to this build, one of them being the 90-degree inlet housing. Now, I chose this because of the packaging constraints within the S2000. This will give me the maximum amount of flexibility when routing my hoses and lines. Another important thing that I really wanted to get was the selection of this aluminum housing. Now, the main benefit to this is the increased efficiency when dissipating heat. Last but not least, my favorite option for this turbo was the V-band clamp. The reason why I went ahead with this style instead of a T4 or such is serviceability on the track. Having this type of setup for the way it mounts to the engine allows me to quickly service this turbo if needed ever trackside. But other than that, yes, this is the turbo that will be going on this chassis and should provide me the winning edge this season. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching to this episode. I've been waiting on this for months and I'm so happy to finally have it all in stock now. The build is really ramping up, so please subscribe, please like this video, and please tune in for the next episode.